Still a virgin after 4 years of marriage. Is that normal? When I was at college and lost my mum to a stroke, I made a friend online. We soon became best friends. One day I casually told him I had a crush on someone. That's when he realized he had feelings for me and couldn't let me go. He asked me to marry him. But I told him I didn't have any romantic feelings for him. No, my intentions were not to date him. I just wasn't attracted to him. He didn't take no for an answer. He started coming to see me every weekend from a town 5 hours away from mine. Every weekend we would meet and he would convince me of how great we would be, given our love of books, drawing, puzzles and quizzes. He would wait outside my college for hours. He treated my friends wonderfully. Even my friends began to ask me why I was letting go of such a genuine and kind man. He was intelligent, thoughtful, creative, sensitive and very mature. He had lost his parents and was looking after his grandmother and brother. One weekend I asked him to stop trying to convince me and I said that we could only be friends if you never spoke of it again. I still remember storming off to the escalator at the tube station while he just stood there, numb and with tears in his eyes. I felt like a monster. I sent him a message of apology and called him the next day to make sure he was okay. Fast forward 5 months. I had a change of heart due to some incidents where he really showed how mature and sensible he is. I started to feel attracted to him and finally said yes. After a year of courtship, we got married. Although I wanted to continue my studies, my father was so angry with me that he just wanted me to leave his house. We got married and it was a very small ceremony. I couldn't even invite a friend of mine. The first night he gave me a brand new mobile phone. We were exhausted from such a long journey and we fell asleep. I was so happy. But I noticed something else. We never had physical contact. We never had a honeymoon because his grandmother was staying with us. But I realized that he never just wanted to be intimate with me. At first I thought it might be stress at the office. But then it happened every day. One day I decided to talk to him. He did not give me a clear answer and asked me to let him go to sleep. When I insisted and said I couldn't take this torture anymore, he got so irritated that he slapped me, hard, across the face. I was stunned. I sat there with tears in my eyes, unable to believe what was happening. Little did I know that this was just the beginning. Although he apologized profusely, calmed me down and made me lie down, I knew something was wrong. This became a regular thing. We were great as flatmates friends. Great going shopping, watching films, eating out. But when it came to intimacy, it wasn't there. Every night as he snored next to me, I cried, unable to understand where those feelings had gone. I just couldn't get his teary-eyed face at the tube station out of my mind. When he was stalking me, he only wanted to do romantic things. Now, after the wedding, he won't even talk to me. I couldn't go back to my father. I was depressed. The person I was married to wouldn't touch me, kiss me, hug me, let alone make love to me. And whenever I brought it up, he would get irritated. He would get up and go into the other room during a romantic scene. I tried everything I could. I was at a low ebb. No self-esteem. Always annoyed. I checked for affairs. I checked for past girlfriends. I even asked him if he was gay and only married me out of fear of society. He said no, and yet he didn't have an answer. It was as if a switch had been turned off. I lived a lie for 3 years, pretending to be happy in front of people, getting hit with a shoe, with a belt, with things thrown at me, covered in bruises. I didn't even have a mother or sister to talk to. During those years, I often decided to just go to my dad's house. Because I was afraid of what my dad would do to him. I was afraid of my dad's teasing. My problem wasn't the lack of intimacy or anything sexual between us. It was his refusal to even acknowledge it. His refusal to do anything about it. The lack of sex wasn't the only problem. There was no romance either. Just as I didn't get sweet messages from him when he was at the office, I didn't get miss you messages when I was away. Every phone conversation with him was robotic, mechanical. Where had all the sweet talk, romantic messages, love poems, etc. gone? It was all there before the marriage. Whenever I asked him how he could change so suddenly, he just had no answer. He used to say I didn't think about it because I felt guilty and depressed. The strange thing is that whenever I would pack up and get ready to leave, he would start crying like a baby, just like he did at the metro station, kneeling down in front of me, begging me not to go, begging my forgiveness and promising to do something about it, hugging me so tightly as if he would never let me go, even buying me things and being really nice and caring for a day or two. But things never changed. We've filed for divorce. My dad doesn't know. I'm in a completely different city now, staying with a friend and trying to figure out what to do next. Not to brag, but I am a very optimistic and strong girl. I have faced worse than this and I am only 25. I still believe in love. I still believe in people. Being hurt by the person I trusted the most has certainly shaken me up, and I think I may have trust issues after this, but nothing can ever break me. I still see the good in people and believe that my one true love is the one who looks back at me when I look in the mirror.